what's up? So, the second game of the Rotterdam subtournament and round of 32. Uh, that game got also casted by Rotterdam, which I'll link in the YouTube description if you want to see him. I'll link the VOD with the timestamp so you don't have to search it and shit. But it was basically the second game he casted and also my second game in the tournament, so this guy is a platinum player. Also a sub, of course. Since I like Yonsu a lot, and I think all-ins are strong in Yonsu because there's like only that wide open area, and if they choose to take that expansion as third, which he will do, then I'm in good shape because it's way harder for him to flank like that, run around here and flank me with his roaches and get a good concave than instead of here when I attack here and he runs his roaches down here and has some here, then I'm like pretty fucked. But it's also hard to walk up that ramp, so Zergs can definitely pull it off if they respawn to my build, to the Sentry, Blink, Immortal all-in. Overall, this map is pretty cool. I think it's kinda good for Protoss in every matchup, since there's some small chokes over here and here, and it's easier to defend drops on that map because the natural and the third are so close together, and like as Protoss later against Terran, for example, you have cannons and like 1-2 High Templars. That makes it easier to defend on every map, but since he can't do like that drop here and send the unit group here and to the third, so I have to split my army. And since they're so close together, it doesn't really matter. I don't have to split my army that much, like if I even have to split it. So I kinda like this map, and I go for a standard 13 gateway, 14 gas, and Scott of course, and I'll see he's going for hatch first, which is kinda standard. You can always go pool first if you want to get faster speed links, or just because you're like scared of cannon rush or something. This overlord could already be here if he flew another way, like straight up here, that path. But he didn't, so he doesn't know what I'm up to yet. It could be an in-base forge, that would be kinda scary for him. But he's scouting around with this drone and he's doing a good job. Meanwhile he added the pool, which is also kinda standard, so he will go for the third base in like, let's say 2 minutes, something like that. I'm patrolling around here just to deny his third base if he wants to put it here, but he's not deciding to put it there anyway, so it's okay for me. He's not going for speed, which is kinda strange. That's why his expansion is earlier. I kinda misplaced the Nexus here, but it's bad, but it happens. Since I didn't see if he's going for the gas after I went out of his base, I don't know is he going up to like attack me with links, but when I see his third base I know 350 third base, there's no speed links coming whatsoever. So I just get my mothership core out at the second gas. Yeah, my Nexus down on 21. Try to complete my wall. Now that is kinda stupid of me. I want to go for a 3-gate pressure, but the warp gate research is so far away, so if I put my proxy pylon there and he scouts it fast enough and sends like 2 or 3 links there, I lose 100 minerals for nothing, and he knows I'm up to 3-gate pressure whatsoever. And since he didn't scout anything yet, if we look on his vision, he doesn't know I have a natural yet, or started the Nexus yet. He doesn't know what I have in my base. It could be a blind 4-gate, which would work out, I think, because speed is not even in production yet. There's not even gas mined yet, so the extractor will just finish in like 2 seconds, and it's kinda risky for him to go like that if he's not scouting, but maybe he's reading it good. Seeing by my... I don't know. He doesn't know anything, so... I don't like this. He should have scouted me already. This overlord is just staying here instead of flying in and looking what I'm doing. Of course it's kinda standard to go 13 gateway and at the nexus at 21, but you never know, especially in the tournament. Everything can happen. Yeah. He's kinda supply blocked right now, what is not too good. Delays his queen, and not really good of him. So yeah, my pylon is way too early, but since he's not scouting it, it works, or it will work. As soon as this hatchery finishes, he should see the pylon and think, his mothership core is above my third base? Oh, he doesn't see the pylon, okay. That's cool. But as soon as the queens come, he will see it, and then he needs to pump out some circlings. So at this point I was like, oh, god damn it, my warp gate research takes another like 20 seconds, 15 seconds. So he might kick my pylon with those 2 queens. That's why I poked with the mothership for a bit, tried to get him to focus it, which he did. And he kinda followed for a bit, so my pylon survived, and I'm ready to warp in just a second. Now the good thing is he's just starting circling, so he's nothing to defend. He has 3 queens overall, and 2 at his third base, so I can focus them down. He already lost 3 workers, but it looks like that he will lose more, which he's going to lose. He lost 8 workers by now. In the meanwhile I had my forge, which is kinda late because you want the +2 to line up perfectly with the blink. And the robo's a bit too late as well, and the twilight is a bit too late as well, so everything a bit delayed because I focused too much on microing the salad and the mothership core. The queen snipes are actually kinda good because he needs to produce more queens and he doesn't have enough larvae checked, so he's a harder time to drone up and it's a harder time to build units later. And there's still no scouting. He still doesn't know that I'm going for robo, blink and upgrades, so he doesn't know I'm going for timing. He's going for a slow link counter attack, which will not work out since I have 3 sentries back at home. I'll add a cannon because if you see some links running around your base, you kinda get worried, and 1 cannon is always okay to have for later run-bys and stuff. At least he knows I have 2 gases. Finally he's kicking that pylon. Could have done that like 2 minutes earlier, 3 minutes earlier, but... So, if we look at it, he's only 6 workers ahead, which you don't want to be at the point now, like 9:30, 6 workers ahead as Cirque. Now it's 8, but... And he doesn't know what I'm up to, so that's kinda good for me as well, and kinda bad for him as well. Also, speed is not finished yet, and Roadwarden is just about to finish in his upgrades as well, so... if we look on the unit, he only has 11 larvae, so he should not spend more on drones. He should maybe get like 5 more drones, and then non-stop produce units, and saturate the bases. Better, not 21 per base. I think 16 is really enough. Of course I have more in each base because I don't want to have 20 here and 16 here, so I have 18 at both. My gate's finished, my second immortal is out, I'll get my warp prism. He has quite some lings and roaches, but not enough to deal with this. He's just starting his lair, and he's droning up like a madman, like 14 drones still, so he's up to 74. He's not the best scouting, to be honest, and his creep spread is weak as well for that point in time, but it's also because I sniped those 2 queens earlier, so I'll catch some roaches here, and he sees my army moving out with the warp prism, and he still built 3 drones before. Now he's in trouble because those zealots will harass his eco, get another queen, get 3 more workers. Meanwhile the sling run by, I get 2 sentries warped in, a bit too slow, but the cannon will do it, I hope. No, I'm gonna warp in the zealot and the circling to dilator. Oh, I missed that engagement by the way, that was bad. So if we look at this, army supply 50-50, but his army supply is lings and roaches. Mine is blink stalker, sentries and immortals, so basically it's kinda bad for him. Also he has no larva to spend his money. He's up to 12k and can't spend his money because he has no larva whatsoever. He doesn't get the concave because he has 2 less roaches. I should force fit you, but I guess I was stealing in my main base with the couple of things. It's already up to 11 killed workers, 3 queens, and this attack is kinda unstoppable for him. He's on 17k, that could be so much more roaches. Also to spend larva on the additional like 15 drones. Could have maybe defended it if he produces units earlier, gets the queens earlier out again, does better larva injects and doesn't overdrone. I mean he sees I'm 2 base Protoss going for 2 immortals and a warp prism, adding 7 gates total. He should go. Yeah, this game was kinda over when he overdrone. Also his larva inject wasn't good. Here shout out to Dylan and Tom. I guess some friends of him for the stream when Rotterdam was casting it. Yeah, that's basically it. I mean, if you look at his resources, 2000, 1000 gas. So basically his main problems were his scouting wasn't good at all. Like, he saw my base once, my main base, and that was when the warp prism was already in production at like 10:30. He overdroned and he missed some larva injects, so that is why he lost. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See ya.